Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're not just going to watch another viral video. Nope. We are going to tear it apart to really understand the powerful formula that makes these survival challenges a total juggernaut in entertainment today.
Okay, let's start right here. This single line from the very beginning of I survived 7 days in an abandoned city, well, it's the key to this entire breakdown. It tells you everything you need to know. This isn't just an adventure. It's a product, engineered from the ground up for you to watch. So, first things first. Every single smash hit video in this genre kicks off with a simple, killer premise that just grabs you. In this case, survive for 7 days in a massive, totally abandoned city. The rules are crystal clear, the goal is simple, and the danger? Well, it feels very, very real. Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. That 7-day timeline, it's not random. It actually maps perfectly onto a classic story structure, like a movie. Day 1 is all about setting the scene. Day 4, that's when a huge crisis hits and changes everything. Day 5 marks that pivot toward success, all leading up to the big finish on Day 7. It basically gives you, the viewer, a perfect roadmap for the entire journey. Okay, so how do you keep the tension high for that long? Well, the video does something really clever. It weaves together two different stories that run side by side. You've got the real physical struggle to survive, and then you have this manufactured, almost cinematic story packed with mystery. And here is exactly how they do it. You've got the survival stuff, finding a roof, making a fire, eating canned chili for breakfast. That's the gritty, authentic reality. But then you have the story elements, the spooky noises at night, the mysterious lurker, finding a perfectly placed candy bar. That's what creates the drama and makes sure you're never, ever bored. Of course, every great story needs a disaster to really raise the stakes, right? And in this formula, it happens right on schedule. Day 4, the halfway point, something goes terribly wrong and it completely flips the script, testing everyone in a brand new way. And look at the chain of events here. This isn't just some random accident. It starts with a problem, they're low on water. That leads to a risky plan, which, of course, leads to a catastrophic failure. And that failure forces a dramatic, really tough decision. I mean, that is just pure storytelling right there. And this is the bottom line. 50% of the water they just recovered, gone, in a split second. It's a stark, simple number that makes the crisis feel undeniably real. It's a disaster you can actually measure. So the big question, how are these multi-million-dollar productions even possible? Well, the real genius of the formula is how they mix in the sponsors. They aren't just clunky ads, they're actually essential parts of the story that help solve problems. This pitch for a Circle water bottle is the perfect example. It's not delivered in some random commercial break. No, it happens right when the team is trying to make their gross, dwindling water supply taste better. The product is literally framed as a survival tool. You see, the key here is that the products have a job to do in the story. Feastables isn't just a snack. It becomes a reward, a morale boost, the main event of a final feast. Circle isn't just a drink. It's a clever hack to make a horrible situation just a little more bearable. And that brings us to the final piece of this whole formula. After the big crisis is over and 2 people have gone home, the entire tone of the video shifts. It goes from desperate survival to a feeling of mastery and, honestly, a lot of fun. This line right here says it all. The goal isn't just to make it through the 7 days anymore. No, the new goal is to conquer the environment, to make it their own, and to actually start enjoying it. And for us watching, this is the big payoff. We saw them struggle, and now we get the reward. We watch them turn a total ruin into a home, with a fireplace and furniture. The abandoned city literally becomes their playground. And hey, even that spooky lurker mystery gets a funny, satisfying conclusion. So in the end, you can see this structure is anything but random. It is a carefully engineered story designed to take you on a complete emotional roller coaster. It starts with tension, builds with struggle, hits you with a crisis, and then ends on that amazing high of mastery and relief. Which really leaves us with one final thought. This formula is incredibly effective, no question, and it's super entertaining. But it also does an amazing job of blurring the line between a real, authentic experience and a perfectly polished, commercially funded story. So you have to ask yourself, where do we draw that line? Thanks for watching.